and welcome to part 5 of this mini Jeep build. So if you haven't seen the previous parts of this build, feel free to check out my channel and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so today I got these two. I'm gonna use it for the supply of fuel. So this is gonna be mounted on the bottom of the gas tank, and then another one I'm gonna use on top to use for a breather for the gas tank. And I found this from a previous project. It's a one-way valve, so I'm gonna use it for the breather of the tank. So I'm going to take this piece of aluminium and turn it down, make some threads, and make 2 threaded pieces to weld to the gas tank. Alright, so here's the finished product. This is going to be welded to the gas tank, and I made this edge to make it steer on the hole I will drill in the tank, and then I can just turn this one on. Alright, so then it's time for welding in the ventilation of the tank and the outlet. Then the holes are drilled, and I'm going to try to weld these two in place. Alright, that didn't turn out so bad as I thought. threaded parts are welded in place. So now I can just screw this down. There I got the breather. The outlets. Then it's just the filler cap that needs to be welded on. I can't do that right yet because I have to mount the filler cap in the body first and find me some tubes. But except from that, the gas tank is done and almost ready for pressure testing. Alright, so what I've been doing here, it's making the rear body mounts, and this is going to be attached to the frame, and this one is going to be attached to the body. I'm going to drill a hole there, so it's going to look like this when it's finished. And when I'm doing this, one of the mounts is gonna have the hole on this side and another one is on that side. It's going to be mirror inverted, and every time I'm doing something that is going to be mirror inverted, I end up doing the same mistakes every time. So now I made 4 of these mounts and I only can use one of them. Marked this up, and now I'm pretty sure it's going to be right this time. So I'm just gonna go outside and cut this with an angle grinder. I don't mind filming all the angle grinder cutting. It's just some nasty fucking job. Now the mounts are finished. This one is going on the right side. And this one is going on the left side. And this one is going there. It's very important that I put these ones on the right side because the gas tank is coming here. So the whole point is to reach this nut so you can take the body of the chassis. So let's see if it fits. Yeah. So now I'm gonna just tack it in place, and I'm gonna fully weld it when I'm disassembling the Jeep right before paint. Turned out really nice, and now I can reach this nut when I'm gonna take the body of the chassis. I've been thinking about the grill for a long time now, because the grill it's going to be too wide, because the tire, when I'm turning and then flexing, the tire is gonna hit here. So I'm a bit nervous for testing the flex in the front. If I put one of the front tires in the car jack and just lift it up and then empty the shock for air, So I will get full flex, absolutely full flex, and then I will see how far the tire goes. Going to test it and we'll see, and then I just have to design the grill like a Jeep look-alike as much as I can, but the most important is that the little Jeep is gonna work. There is a lot of flex on this little Jeep, but the tire didn't move so much that I was afraid of. So now I can take the Jeep grill, put it on place again, try to redesign it a little bit. So the plan here was to actually see how the grill would look when I'm adding these edges inside the grill, to make it look like something more than just a flat piece. I'm gonna put it on the Jeep and see how it's gonna look. So now I got space for the tires to flex and turn, and I think the grill is looking more than enough like a Willys Jeep. So I'm thinking about starting designing the seats. My original plan was to buy some go-kart seats, but I don't want to order them, get them in a couple of weeks, and then see right away, okay, this wouldn't fit. They just look ridiculous when I get them. So I'm thinking about starting making the seats almost like the original Willys Jeep seat. I'm making them out of square tubing, as the same as the rest of the body. And I'm thinking about the shape right now, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get it out in cardboard just to see the size of the seats before I make them, because that's the most important part, and it looks like it's supposed to be in the Jeep and not getting very big or too small or Alright, so here's the first outcast of the seats. So then I make a frame in square tube. It's important that the seats don't get too big. They need to match the size of the car. So I think I'm just gonna go for this one. Alright, since I have tested this in the Jeep now, then I can use this 90-degree in the corners, and I can measure all the length of the skirt tubes I'm gonna cut to make these seats, and just cut 2 off every single piece, and just sit the rest of the day and weld it all together. Okay, so I'm 290 degrees short to make 2 complete seats. It's gonna be a lot of welding and grinding just to make these 2 seats, but I think it's gonna be worth it. So I will just start cutting up and grinding the edges after cutting. And all the pieces for the main structure of the seat is chopped. So now I need to clean up the edges. Now I have almost finished welding all of this, and now I have bended the inner section of the 90 degree, so I'm going to weld that in place and then start grinding everything so it looks like it's just a bended square tube. Fully welded. So now I'm gonna take them outside, chop off the little extra piece of metal here, and just grind them to make them look like this square tubing. I think I'm just gonna do that. And then the worst thing about making the seats are done. Alright, so now I'm finished grinding this. And one of these is gonna be the front of the seat. And another one is going to be the top of the seat. So now I need to arrange something to hold this in 90 degrees. And then I can attack this together. I will cut up a new piece between here. And then I need to I will find out how many degrees I want the back to be. So I think I'm gonna fully weld it with the MIG. I'm gonna grind the welds either way. And since the TIG is adding so much heat to this thin structure, it's starting to twist. So I think I'm just gonna weld it very fast with the MIG, go outside and grind all the welds, and then make the next bend for the back of the seat. Then I have to grind all these welds. So I think I'm gonna go outside and do that. Then I'm finished grinding all of the seat parts. But today it's not raining, so I think I will put my time into making more plates for the body. Maybe finish the firewall. I think I'm gonna use the weather to cut out some sheet metal today. Cut off for the both sides. Plate here. So I'm thinking about making the firewall in 3 pieces. One piece over here, one in the middle, and one with all the holes for the controls. found this little wheeler on the barn, so I used that to help me out with the body, and I'm going to grind down some welds here before I make the firewall and weld it. So I'm gonna hurry up because it's seems like it's gonna start to rain. So now all the pieces for the firewall are cut out, and I just lay this piece on top of here and marked with the permanent marker through the holes. So I'm gonna make the holes and weld all the plates in place. And the holes are drilled, so now we're gonna see if I can get the bolts drilled. Yeah, looks like it's gonna fit. So then I'm gonna weld these 3 plates in place, and then I got a firewall. Then the firewall is welded in place, and look, the sun is shining. So I think I'm gonna take the entire body outside and do a little grinding and some welding and just some nasty work. So I'm gonna put the body on the little 4-wheeler, take it outside. With the 9mm sound. With the 9mm sound. Alright, so that was all for part 5 of the mini Jeep build. And if you enjoyed the build and want to watch the rest of it, make sure to subscribe. And as you can see here, me and the boys got a new project. This is an old Lada, and we are gonna V8 swap it, change out the rear end, make 4-link, and take it to the track for some drifting. So make sure to stay tuned, guys. Until next time,